I feel like it's going to be inevitable to when we see expansion teams in the NBA. And I've done a plethora of expansion rebuilds here in 2K24. We've done one with obviously Seattle, Vegas, Vancouver, and I've also done one with Mexico City as well. So today we're going to throw an expansion rebuild to a team that has 3 major league sport teams, one in hockey, baseball, and football, but not basketball. We're going to be rebuilding the Pittsburgh Phantoms. And I've also added the San Jose Hype as well, so they'd be getting their second professional sports team out of the Big Four because they already have the San Jose Sharks in the NHL. But I'm putting a twist on this expansion rebuild. So every other NBA team can protect up to 12 players. Usually 2K has the preset at 8. I normally move it to 10. Today we're going to move it up to 12 and see just how thin the expansion draft really is. So let's get started. We do not have the #1 overall pick, and they got Jalen Duren. Detroit. You could protect 13 guys over Jalen Duren. 2K. How do you not see a problem here? All right, well, that makes me feel a little bit better that we didn't get the #1 overall pick, so I didn't have to take him. I mean, there's definitely some veteran talents here. We could take a flyer on Zach LaVine. I don't think Chicago would let him walk. They would protect him, but I get it with the contract. And honestly, with injuries being on, I'm going to take a flyer on Zach LaVine, and we're going to take him with our #1 pick. And we're going to pair Zach LaVine up in the backcourt with Malcolm Brogdon. So that is a pretty good backcourt right away. It does get kind of thin. I don't really want the Wiggins contract. I don't really want the Josh Hart contract. So I'm going to draft Markelle Fultz. Yeah, he's automatically going to be my 6th man, or I could start him and move Brogdon to the bench, but I feel like Fultz, being an expiring contract, is just going to be a prime trade candidate in February. I think same thing with Kelly Olynyk, who I'm going to select right here. Then Al Horford and Gordon Hayward go. I'm going to get Kevon Looney as well, who could also be a trade candidate if we want him to. And so we kind of have our center duo between Olynyk and Looney. Jaden Hardy wasn't kept by the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to pick him up. Leonard Miller wasn't kept by the Minnesota Timberwolves. I could definitely throw him in the G League this season. He's under contract for 3 years as a second rounder. Zeke Naji did just get an extension. He's 22 years old. It can become a tradable contract if we can develop him. I'm going to take him. I'm going to snag Taurean Prince as well. I feel like I could also move him at the deadline. I'm going to get Patrick Baldwin Jr. from the Washington Wizards, and I have a couple more picks to make. Let's snag Jayshawn Tate from the Rockets. I could actually see him going unkept. I'm going to get JT Thor from the Charlotte Hornets. Take a flyer on Luka Šamanić from the Utah Jazz. And I didn't know he was 31, but we're going to snag Thanasis. Yes, we're going to take him away from Milwaukee. That would just be the funniest thing ever if an expansion draft happened, because obviously Milwaukee's not keeping Thanasis, and that would be so funny if an expansion team took Thanasis with their last pick in an expansion draft. All right, so the roster isn't too bad right now. I obviously don't see us being too good this season. We are going to get Zach LaVine back eventually. I hope he doesn't make us win too many games where we end up with like the 13th or 14th overall pick, but that's probably going to happen. I do plan on making a ton of trades, though, at the deadline. We're going to be 2-star balance to start off the year. Yeah, I don't really expect to do that good. And oh, nice. Game 1 of the season, Kevon Looney breaks his left ankle. He's out 2 to 4 months. And we got blown out by the OKC Thunder by 35 points. Fultz led the team in scoring, followed by Brogdon. Jaden Hardy shot 3 for 15. Our first home game is against the Sacramento Kings, and we won by 16. All right, Zach LaVine coming back, 33 points. Jaden Hardy played much better. Patrick Baldwin with a good game. All right, I'll take that. All right, we got a semi-close game here against the Milwaukee Bucks. I just wanted to see the home floor. We're down by 11. Should I put Thanasis in? Chris Middleton for 3. That is no good. Brook Lopez right there. We got no size down low. All right, so we got the secret weapon in there at the power forward spot. He's getting guarded by his brother. This dude is a C+ inside, a D mid-range, a D+ 3-point, a C- playmaking. Thanasis off the dribble spin move inside, and he's not going to get fouled there. Come on, ref. Where's the foul call? This is one of the best two-way players in the league, and Giannis. Oh my goodness. All right, we got Zach LaVine coming off a screen. I should get Middleton in the air. I do not, but Zach LaVine pull up, fade away, jumper, bang. Nice shot by LaVine. He's got 27. Oh, God. Logo Lillard downtown. No good. We'll take it. Kick it up to LaVine. Can we get Thanasis a bucket? Screen from Zeke Naji. Let's see what LaVine can do inside. Spin, move. Kick that out to Malcolm Brogdon. He's got Pepev on him. That's not good. All right, let's see what we can do here. LaVine, you got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Can you get an open jumper, please? LaVine, step back. No good. Oh, Zeke Naji with a nasty block on Bobby Portis. Thanasis, where are you, dude? Why are you going to the corner? You have one of the worst 3-point grades ever. All right, can we get the oop to Thanasis? Can we get the oop to Thanasis? Oh, okay. Chase down block for Fultz now. All right, well, I'm just playing around at this point. That would have been funny to beat them. We started off the season 3-5. We just picked up a win against the Grizzlies where Zach LaVine had 41. Luka Šamanić had 22. All right, so we're here at the February 8th deadline. Unfortunately, Kelly Olynyk has a minor injury right now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to move him, which is kind of annoying. I mean, this team is doing a little bit better than I'd like them to. This was what I was afraid of. We're 25 and 26. I wanted a top 10 pick, not just be a play-in tournament elimination team and pick 10 to 14. LaVine has been leading the team in scoring, followed by Brogdon, Fultz, Jaden Hardy, who's been kind of inefficient this season. There's Jayshawn Tate, Olynyk, Šamanić, Baldwin, Prince. I feel like I can move a lot of guys right now. We could re-sign Fultz if we wanted to. And you know what? I think I will. At worst, he could be a backup point guard. So I'm going to give him a 3-year deal worth $30 million. And we're going to lock that in. Olynyk, since I can't trade him, I might as well extend him so I can move him in the offseason. 1 year, $6 million. All right, I'm actually going to make this trade with the Portland Trailblazers, who picked up Blake Griffin. So, yeah, we're going to have Blake Griffin on the team. We're also going to acquire Jabari Parker, which I think is going to be a nice addition. He's having kind of a down year efficiency-wise, but he's going to immediately slot in as our starting power forward. We're going to be sending them Jaden Hardy, and we're going to also be sending them Jayshawn Tate. So I think a pretty good trade from both sides. I think Jabari Walker is one of the more underrated players in the league. All right, so I'm going to make this trade with the Miami Heat. I'm going to be giving them Taurean Prince, Malcolm Brogdon, Blake Griffin, who we just got, and a second rounder, I guess this year, but we're going to be acquiring Orlando Robinson, Duncan Robinson, who I may try to flip, but it might be tough to do right now. I may have to do it in the offseason. But we're going to be getting Jaime Jaquez, a young guy that we could develop kind of going forward. I don't normally get Jaime, so I'm kind of excited to have him on the team. So I feel like this team is going to make the play-in tournament. I feel like I actually ended up getting better at the deadline. All right, so the starting five is going to be Fultz, LaVine, Jaquez, Jabari Walker, and Kevon Mooney, with a bench of Duncan Robinson, Patrick Baldwin, Zeke Naji, and JT Thor. That is pretty much until Kelly Olynyk comes back. We are 2.5-star balanced. I still hope that we lose a bunch of games and we don't make the playoffs. All right, well, I guess this will help us losing games. That Zach LaVine has another injury this year. It's like his 4th different one. Pulled right calf muscle. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. All right, so Luka Doncic wins MVP. Victor Wembanyama is your Rookie of the Year. Men Thompson, 6th man. Wemby, D-Point. Shout out to Men Thompson winning 6th man though in his rookie season. Wemby gets D-Point. Most improved goes to Jalen Duren playing for the San Jose Hype, and Dame gets Clutch Player of the Year. Mike Malone, Coach of the Year as well. Giannis is going to be out for the start of the playoffs. No expansion team members on the All-NBA teams or the All-Defensive teams. And then obviously going to be the all-rookie teams, but no, that is actually false because we traded for Jaime Jaquez. He wasn't great, not as good as he's doing in real life, so maybe that's why maybe the Heat wanted to move him for Malcolm Brogdon, and we get him now to be part of our future. And he's 23 years old already. He's definitely older. So, funny enough, we ended up as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. All right, so we're taking on Giannis and the Bucks, so it's Thanasis versus Giannis, but Giannis is going to be hurt for round 1. The San Jose Hype also made the playoffs as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. Zach LaVine led the team in scoring, followed by Markelle Fultz, Jaime Jaquez, Duncan Robinson, Kelly Olynyk, Patrick Baldwin, there's Jabari Walker, and Luka Šamanić. Rebounds goes to Kevon Mooney. Assists goes to Markelle Fultz at only 4.3. I could look for an upgrade at the point guard spot in the offseason. All right, game 1 here against the Milwaukee. We ended up losing by 1 point. All right, Clutch Player of the Year showed out. 48 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists for Damian Lillard. They beat us by 1. Fultz and LaVine combined it for 50. Jaquez did not shoot the ball all that well. Game number 2 is going to go to the Pittsburgh Phantoms. All right, we won by 13. Lillard had 47, averaging 47.5 in the first 2 games, but LaVine had 45. Duncan Robinson shot 3 for 12. Great. Fultz had a good game. Game number 3, Baldwin Jr. got hurt. And we ended up winning, though. We won by 15. LaVine with 40. Giannis is back, though. So I feel like this is going to end not very well. And this is the Heat. They were the 17 and lost 2 play-in tournament games. That sucks to see. Oh, my God. This is good old-fashioned 2K. Loving your team. Making no sense. Are we about to beat the Bucks? No. Okay. They beat us by 1. I mean, they beat us in game 1 by 1 and game 5 by 1. So both their wins have been by 1 point. And we are going to beat them in 6. Pull off the upset as the expansion team. Zeke Naji just pulls out 25 points out of his ass. I mean, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Kelly Olynyk 7 for 12 as we are going to be taking on the New York Knicks here in round number 2. Almost taking on the 8-seeded Bulls. That would have been kind of insane. As the San Jose Hype also won their series as we won game 1 against the Knicks. They beat the Thunder. What is going on? That team is definitely not better than the Thunder. Our team is definitely not better than the Bucks. And we're up 2-0. I mean, if I could win 3 straight rings in this video, I would be cool with that now at this point. I mean, we got our mindset on winning a championship, but we lose our starting big man in Kelly Olynyk. They were able to beat us in game 3 by only 4 points. Only 4 points. Game number 4 goes to the Knicks. They beat us by 7. All right, I may have gone too cocky. Game number 5 goes to us. Wow, what a defensive performance by us, holding them to 90 points. And we are going to a game 7 at the Garden. And let's see what happens here. Can we pull off the upset? We both kind of have triangles in our logo, which is kind of cool. Just noticed that. We are down by 11 points here in the 3rd, but unfortunately, we are getting blown out, and we are going to blow a 3-2 lead. A round 2 exit has happened, and the Knicks are in the conference finals. The San Jose Hype are in the conference finals as well. All right. Do they make it to the NBA Finals? That would have been wild if we played them in the finals this season. As no, it's going to be a Nuggets-Cavaliers Finals as the Cavs swept the Knicks. and the Nuggets beat the Cavs in 7 with Jokic getting back-to-back Finals MVP awards. I mean, a 36-point triple-double is probably deserving of a Finals MVP. All right, so there goes LeBron. He does retire. There goes Greg Popovich as well. LeBron is heading to the Hall of Fame. So our lottery pick is going to be, or excuse me, our first round pick is going to be out of the lottery. It's going to slide in there at number 22. San Jose Hyper picking at 25. I guess I'm not going to fire Milan Mack. I mean, he did lead us to a second round exit in just his first year. I'm going to sign Darko Rajakovic, who got fired as the Raptors head coach. And if Mack doesn't work out, I'm just going to promote Darko to be the head coach eventually. All right, so it's the 2024 NBA draft. I do think I'm going to make some moves before draft night. Oh, yeah, so Kelly Olynyk, I may not even be able to trade this offseason. Great. All right, so I'm going to send Duncan Robinson, hopefully, to the Washington Wizards for the 16th overall pick in this draft. They say no. I don't have my second rounder to throw into this deal. So I'm going to give them Kevon Looney as well, just for 16. Kevon will be expiring contract, and yeah, they're going to be taking on $27 million for us, but you know what? They moved Daniel Gafford, they could end in Looney, and they could definitely use some spacing as Duncan Robinson could maybe replace Corey Kispert if they eventually move on from him. So now I pick 16 and 22. Let's make these selections. Number 1 overall pick is Ron Holland to the Houston Rockets. Number 2 is Isaiah Collier to the Charlotte Hornets. I would have loved if he fell to 16, and I doubt Stephon Castle is going to fall to 16. It goes Montas Buzelis, number 4, Justin Edwards, Buzelis number 3, Edwards number 4. They're going to bump out Edwards because I think he's going to stay another year at Kentucky or go in the second round. So with number 16, I'm going to select Donovan Clingan. We just moved Kevon Looney. I may move Kelly Olynyk. We need some center depth. Let's take the big man out of UConn. And then with 22, I'm going to take Ryan Dunn out of Virginia. He is the best defender in the 2024 draft class by far. There's a player I want in the second round, so I'm going to move my 2026 second rounder and my 2027 second rounder to Minnesota for pick 33. And that player is Tyler Kolek out of Marquette. So let's sign all 3 of them. I got to figure out if I want to upgrade maybe the point guard spot though in the offseason. Do I want to move on from Fultz? I think I'm going to keep Zach LaVine. I thought like for sure I was going to try to trade him even at the deadline, but that was not the case. Did Paul George? I don't know if that said Paul George was a member of the Orlando Magic last year, or was I tripping? Okay, I was tripping. So we don't have any free agents of our own. I mean, we do still have Zeke Naji and Kelly Olynyk. I don't really need to add another center. I think I'm fine at the 4 spots. I feel like I don't need to make like too big of a move this offseason. We do have $50 million in cap, but I may try to save that money for next year because we don't really have anybody I got to pay next year. Like Kelly Olynyk can be gone, Robinson, Thor, even Walker at the end of the day if I need to. And we can also move on from Zach LaVine eventually to clear up $46 million. So yeah, I don't really think I'm going to sign anybody of notable, I guess, like stature here in free agency. I think I may sign Grayson Allen to a 2-year deal, but tag along a team option on that second year. So yeah, we are going to move on from the Thanasis Antetokounmpo. D'Lo ends up going to the Utah Jazz. Tobias Harris to the San Antonio Spurs. Also, Klay Thompson signed a 2-year deal with the Kings. All right, so Zach LaVine has regressed down to an 82 overall. Interesting enough. Jaime Jaquez goes up to an 82 overall. I don't see how this team makes it to round 2 next year. We're definitely not great on paper. All right, so we start off our season at home against the Hype. That's pretty cool. You could say that's pretty hype. God, I'm such a loser. All right, so to kind of construct this rotation, I'd like to play I'd like to play, I think, Leonard Miller over JT Thor. I definitely want to give Ryan Dunn some runtime. Tyler Kolek got injured in the summer league, so he's not going to play for now. Fultz can get 32 minutes. Let's go 35 to Jaquez and Zach LaVine. We can do 28 to Naji and Walker. Honestly, though, I should probably start Clingan over Naji. Grayson Allen can get 20 minutes tonight. Let's go 28 to the front court. I got about 16 minutes left over. We're going to give those to Ryan Dunn. But once Kolek comes back from his injury, I would like to get him in the rotation. I don't know who he would overtake, but he's day-to-day right now. First game of the year at home. All right, he's fully healthy. I'll get him back in there. We ended up losing 97 to 94. I'm like debating, would I rather play Baldwin Jr. or Kolek? Obviously, I'm probably going to move. I mean, I think I can move Grayson Allen at the deadline, so maybe that would free up some minutes for Tyler. Or obviously, there can be injuries as well throughout the year. All right, so we're here at the 2025 trade deadline. We are 5 games above 500, which I think we're overachieving in that sense. Like, I didn't think we were going to be above 500 with this team. We're better at this year's deadline than we were last year. Jaquez has gone a little bit better. I mean, he has a 60% true shooting because he's an elite free throw shooter. LaVine is having, oh my God, a 50, 40, 90 years. LaVine going to be in the MVP conversation. Fultz is averaging 5.8. It says that 3-point percentage has fallen off a cliff, though. Jabari Walker's giving me 9 points and 8 rebounds. I got to maybe tell him to stop taking threes, but he's shooting better from downtown this year. Olynyk has started a little bit more. Grayson Allen shooting 43% from 3. He's like a good bench piece. I feel like I shouldn't trade him. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to make any trades at this year's deadline. I could pick up the team option on Grayson Allen. I can move him in the offseason if I want to. Olynyk, maybe I would look to move right now, but he has a no trade clause. All right, I couldn't really find a trade that I like, so we may lose Olynyk for nothing in the offseason, but just the way it goes sometimes. All right, so MVP this year is Nikola Jokic. He's a back-to-back finals MVP winner as well, so he's having a hell of a 3-year run. Alexander Sarr is your rookie of the year, drafted by the Jazz, or Alexandra Sarr. Kevin Porter Jr., 6th man of the year. Wembanyama Depoy, averaging 26 points and 14 rebounds. Absurd. Most improved goes to Evan Mobley. Anthony Edwards, clutch player of the year. NBA first team includes Tyrese Halliburton, who averaged 27 and 11 on almost 50, 40, 90 efficiency, which would have been insane. We don't get any phantoms on the All-NBA team. There's Ben Simmons on the hype of the All-Defensive first team. No phantoms at all. Do we get a rookie? Yes, we do. We do get Donovan Clingan, who averaged 10.5 points and 7.5 rebounds and a block and a half in his rookie season. So we end the season as a respectable 3 seed in the East. Once again, we're going up against the Bucks in round 1. They've added Lonzo Ball. Points per game wise, Zach LaVine led this team in scoring with 23.5. There's Jaime Jaquez with 14 points, 13.5 for Markelle Fultz, 10.5 for Clingan, 10 points per game for Patrick Baldwin. He did shoot 35 from 3, which isn't too bad. Ryan Dunn did average 7 points and 4 rebounds, assists a night as well. He would have averaged 2 steals per 36, but he's not going to be much of a shooter. 23% from downtown. Brutal. System proficiency is up to 3-star balanced. We're the favorite to win this series, but the Bucks do win game 1. Jaquez had 27 points. Giannis had 40, 17, and 6. Yeah, is Jabari Walker guarding Giannis? I assume so. I don't even know how we were the 3 seed, to be honest with you. I feel like the Bucks are definitely going to beat us. Definitely a better team on paper. I mean, we had one more win throughout the regular season. Game number 3 goes to the Bucks by 7. And are we going to get swept? Oh, all right. We didn't win a single playoff game. That is brutal. There is a chance, though, we could create 2 max slots this offseason. I know the 2025 free agency class is a lot better than 2024's. Shea, Western Conference Finals MVP, Halliburton, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and the Indiana Pacers beat the Thunder in 7. Halliburton, All-NBA first-team caliber year, and he gets Finals MVP. I feel like the Pacers always make it to the Finals, but never win it, so it's nice to see them get it done for once. Some legends retiring like Chris Paul, Iguodala, Al Horford, Kyle Lowry, Batum, Lopez, Love, Russ, DeRozan, D. Rose, DeAndre Jordan. Russ and CP3 are heading to the Hall of Fame. So we are here at the 2025 draft lottery. The hype are going to be in it at number 15. Our pick is going to be at 24. I'm going to keep Milan Mack, I guess, for one more season. I mean, he did bring us to the playoffs again. I'm going to trade Zeke Naji and a 2028 second-round pick to the Timberwolves for a 2026 unprotected Lakers first-round pick. So that's going to clear up around $8 million. I'm going to snag Derek Queen out of Maryland. He's currently playing at Montverde Academy. He's one of the best high school recruits right now here with the 24th pick. And I got Cam Jones from Marquette. Just drafted back-to-back Marquette guys in 2 straight years in the second round. All right, so let's sign Queen. Let's sign Cam Jones. Not sure if either one of them is going to crack the rotation. Going to pick up the team option on Grayson Allen. I think I can get at least multiple seconds for him. 3.4 mil for Kolek is kind of a lot. I don't know if I'm going to regret that. We're going to give Jabari Walker the qualifying offer, $8.5 million. That also seems kind of high. So if I sign Jason Tatum, I'd have $8 million left over. So I could create another max slot if I was able to move Zach LaVine. So I'm going to offer Tatum a deal. I mean, it doesn't hurt to. I'm going to offer Donovan Mitchell a deal as well. And let's finish things off by offering Jalen Brunson a deal. All right, so before I think about moving like Zach LaVine or anybody like that, I don't even know if there's a second free agent I'd like to pair up with those guys. No, maybe not. Let's see. Do we get any of them? Oh my God. Okay, I got Donovan Mitchell and I got Jalen Brunson. I think I'd prefer to have Brunson over LaVine if that's what it came down to. All right, that kind of was shocking. I did not think I was going to get Donovan Mitchell. I had a feeling I'd get Jalen Brunson, but yeah, no idea I was going to get Donovan Mitchell. LaVine, coming off a very good season, I think we can move him. All right, I want to see if I can get 2 unprotected picks from the San Jose hype. An expansion trade for an expansion trade. 2 expansion teams, 2 firsts for LaVine. They are going to say no to that, but what about if I also can try to move some cap as well? Like if I gave you Tyler Kolek in this deal, boom, there we go. Does that, I don't even know if that gives me enough money to sign both Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. Let's see. It does, I think. Let's go. Can I keep Jabari Walker? I think so, because that cap hold is so small. So, we just brought maybe a future Knicks backcourt over to Pittsburgh. Brunson and Donovan Mitchell is going to be the backcourt. Tatum goes to the Cavs. I also don't need to renounce the rights on anybody else. So, yeah, we just signed Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson to be the 1 and the 2. Hawkins will be the 3. Fultz will come off the bench. Jabari Walker will be the 4, and Clingan will be the 5. I mean, I also have actually a decent amount left over. I mean, I could give Fred VanVleet $17 million. Oh, Tatum didn't even end up going to Cleveland. That's funny. Zaire Williams wants $20 million. Get out of here. All right, sometimes Kuminga goes unsigned. I would love to get him for like $17 million. I don't think I would be able to afford him now. Yeah, and he got signed anyway. So a lot of the notable centers got signed, unfortunately. So I could allocate this money to like a Corey Kispert. I would give him a 3-year deal to come off the bench for us, be a good shooter. Boom, 3 years, $37 million. Let's give Jabari Walker a 3-year deal as well. Boom, $26 million, and locked him up. And if I could sign Aaron Wiggins to a 2-year deal, I would definitely do that as well. One of the more underrated players in the NBA. And we also got Orlando Robinson back on the Kuo. So this team has accomplished a lot with no really top-end talent. I don't know why Donovan Mitchell regresses, but I'm very excited to see these guys run the show. I think we could be in the market to add another big man at the deadline. All right, so it's going to be this 10-man rotation of Brunson, Mitchell, I guess 2 smaller guards. We'll see how it works, 6'2" and 6'3". That's small. Okay. As someone that's 5'8", that's not that small. So we got Jaquez at the 3, Walker at the 4, Clingan at the 5, with Kispert, Fultz, Allen, Wiggins, and Dunn off the bench. No really big man depth is really incited. Also, that I think that is going to be something we have to add at the deadline. We start off the season 2-0 though. Make that 3-0. That's what I'm talking about. So the first 3 games, Mitchell's averaging 25, Jaquez is averaging 20. Okay. I'm also going to send Derek Queen to the G League, who was our first round pick. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline with a 35-16 record. This is the year we could win a championship. We're basically half a game behind the Atlanta Hawks. Team doesn't look too different at all. They've added Obi Toppin. The Pistons are right behind us. There are the Bucks. We may verse them again in the playoffs in round 1. The hype with Zach LaVine are 21-31, but oh boy, he is hurt. Can't say I'm shocked though. He's been hurt so much in his career and for us as well. I do think we could look to add a big man off the bench for the playoffs. I mean, if we can add a power forward maybe better than Jabari Parker, and then we move Jabari Walker, and then we can move him to the bench, that may be worth it. Aaron Wiggins is unfortunately hurt right now. I mean, that Kispert contract, we could probably match. I mean, I think Grayson Allen can just kind of do his role pretty well. Obviously, Aaron Wiggins can shoot the ball also. Jaquez is shooting 37 from 3, 92 from the line, 42% from the field. Brunson's averaging 18 and 6. Donovan Mitchell's averaging 22 points. All right, could I move Corey Kispert for Aaron Gordon? Now, this trade would make us a lot better. So I do have 2 first-round picks that have a lot of value right now because the hype aren't great, and neither are the LA Lakers. So here's a trade I'm going to do. It's a blockbuster. It's going to be Corey Kispert, Markelle Fultz, the Lakers first-rounder, our most recent first-rounder, Derek Queen, for Jonathan Kuminga to be the starting power forward, and Brandon Podziemski, who can kind of come off the bench and replace Markelle Fultz as that combo guard for us. Boom, that's a win now move. So Jabari Walker is going to get moved to the bench. This is what the bench rotation is going to look like. Podziemski, Walker, Allen, and Dunn. We have Baldwin, Miller, and Wiggins if somebody gets hurt. Starting 5 is Brunson, Mitchell, Jaquez, Kuminga, and Clingan. That team could 100% win a championship. That starting 5 is very good. And Luka Doncic takes home MVP this year. Dylan Harper from Rutgers is your Rookie of the Year. He was the 4th overall pick by Brooklyn. Jarris Walker is your 6th Man of the Year behind Pascal Siakam. Deep Boy goes to Wemby. Jarris Walker also gets Most Improved. Shout out to him, the former Houston Cougar. And then you got Steph Curry winning Clutch Player of the Year, Mark Daigneault Coach of the Year. Do we get Donovan Mitchell? Do we maybe get Jalen Brunson on an All-NBA team? We do not. I tried going for Sabonis at the trade deadline. I just could not match the $40 million he's making annually. We did finish as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and I feel like this could be a team that wins it all. I mean, we've made it to the playoffs every single year this video. This is supposed to be the hardest expansion rebuild ever when you make the protected player list like that. But, you know, we drafted well. We made some good trades. Just Jonathan Kuminga is our number 3 scoring option. Is fun. Jaquez gets bumped down to the 4th scoring option. Clingan's field goal percentage is down, which is weird. I mean, he's just taking inside shots. For the playoffs, though, I feel like I don't need to play both Grayson Allen and Aaron Wiggins, so I'm not going to give Aaron Wiggins minutes. Ryan Dunn's just going to be kind of a defensive specialist off the bench. Brandon Podziemski's dealing with a little bit of an injury right now, so I'm going to go 23 minutes to him. Let's go 35 to Kuminga, 33 to Clingan, and then let's go 38 to Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. Game 1 against Indiana, we do end up beating them by 5 points, the reigning NBA champions. Game number 2, we beat them. They do have a very similar squad to what they kind of had last year. Kuminga drops 37 in game number 2. Well, hell yeah. Game number 3 goes to the Pittsburgh Phantoms. We beat them by 56. Okay, I think that's going to be a sweep. And that is the case. We end up beating them by 19 in game 4. Brunson averaged 24 points on absurd efficiency. How did Donovan Mitchell do? He was kind of struggling to get his shots, but he was still efficient. So we're taking on the Charlotte Hornets in round number 2. You have 3 to the 4 teams here, all from the Southeast Division. So they got Collier as the 2, Miller at the 3, Bridges at the 4. They got Bones off the bench. And then you have Atlanta and Orlando over there. They got Stephon Castle replacing Markelle Fultz. So can we beat the Hornets? Can we maybe stay undefeated in the playoffs? I mean, we blow them out by 39 points in game number 1. Brunson with 12 assists. Kuminga with 12 rebounds. Game 2, Podziemski's fully healthy, but we do lose this game by 11. LaMelo had 28. Game number 3 goes to the Pittsburgh Phantoms. We win by 13 points. Hell yeah. We had 4 guys who were north of 20. 17 rebounds for Donovan Clingan, but we lost game 4 by 13. All right, man. No one said it was going to be easy. Jaquez shot 1 for 14. Damn. That is insane. 1 for 11 from 3. Who shot 2 for 10? Podziemski. Oh my God. 3 for 21 between the two. That is disgusting. Do not lose game 5. Huge win by 11. Jaquez bounces back, gives me a 30 piece. And can we beat them in 6? Nope. We are going to a game 7. They beat us by 6. All right, we're going to Pittsburgh. I am nervous for game 7. I really thought this could have been a championship team. This would be Milan Mack getting fired. This would be the reason for it, but that's not going to be the case. We are blowing them out of the building in game 7. What a game in front of our home fans. We win by 35. We probably had TJ Watt in attendance. We probably had Sidney Crosby, Mike Tomlin, Andrew McCutcheon, O'Neal Cruz. We probably had everybody from the Pittsburgh area all there. The legends, maybe Ben Roethlisberger came, Mario Lemieux. Now we're taking on the Hawks in the conference finals. You got the Mavericks going up against the Warriors. Hey, Corey Kispert. Hey, he helped him and Fultz help them to go to a conference finals. Maybe that was a win-win trade. Game number 1 goes to Atlanta by 2 in overtime. Oh, we're not doing this. 12 assists for Brunson. He's averaging 7.5 in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell averaging 18 points in the playoffs is weird. And he is by far the highest shot tendency and touches on this team. We win game number 2. Brunson with 22, Kuminga with 21, Mitchell with 20. Game number 3. Come on, let's win this one. Boom. That is a huge win. We blow them out. I would have been scared if we went down 2-1. Kuminga, dude's a beast. Gave me 41. Game 4, though, we lost. Oh, my God, we got blown out. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Man, Donovan Mitchell, been kind of a disappointment. Game 5 goes to Pittsburgh. We end up winning by 16. Mitchell with 31. Wow, the Mavericks swept the Warriors. All right, are we going to a game 7 again? Yes, we are. Oh my God, we just played like ass in overtime. I assume that went to double overtime. No way they're scoring 21 points in 5 minutes. Brunson at 34, Mitchell at 33, Clingan at a double-double. But you know what? They've beaten us twice in overtime in this series. Let's win game 7. We had a great game 7 against Charlotte in round number 2. Can we have a good one against the Hawks here? We're down, or we're up by 3, but it's been back and forth this whole game. Just don't let them pull away. Tied 98 apiece. Up by 1. Oh, this is going to be close. Up by 6. Up by 13. All right, we pulled away right there. And we're in the NBA Finals. Brunson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Luka in the West. They used to be teammates. All right, here we go. Game number 1 against Dallas. They don't have Jaden Hardy. They do have Josh Giddey. They don't have Kyrie Irving. They have Jacoby Walter. OMP is starting with Daniel Gafford. Lively is hurt. Game number 1 goes to the Phantoms. We won by 12. Huge. Double-doubles for Mitchell, Clingan, and Brunson. Game number 2. Oh, Jaquez. He might be back for like a game 6, game 7, but that is brutal. All right, so we're going to slide Grayson Allen in at the 3. Or, you know what? I don't really want to start Ryan Dunn. I worry about his shooting. But Ryan Dunn will play some more minutes. He's probably going to get like 22 minutes a night. We're probably going to go 22 to Grayson Allen, who I just need to hit his 3s. That's all I need him to do. And then we're going to slide Aaron Wiggins in as the 9th man. All right, so we're without Jaquez. Game number 2, we win. No Jaquez, no problem. We win 135-133. Still get a good amount of scoring. Clingan with 25 and 14. That's what I'm talking about. Goes 7 for 11 at the line. We go up 3-0. We won by 1 point. Wow, we are winning the close ones. Are we going to win on the road and sweep the Mavericks after going to back-to-back 7-game series against the Hawks and the Hornets, like going to game 7, but end up winning by double digits? It looks like we're going to sweep Dallas. Let's go. Brunson with 30 and 14. I think he's going to get finals MVP. I don't know. Clingan's also having a great series. I don't think it's going to be Donovan Mitchell, though. Oh, but speaking of Mitchell, just got a steal. Grayson Allen 3-point. Oh, kick it to Clingan inside. There we go. Nice pass, Clingan. Oh, gets fouled there by Lively. So they did get Lively back, but it really didn't make a difference. Look at Clingan's knees on these free throws. He's just pointing them in, or his feet are just pointed in. Oh my God, it looks so weird. All right, yeah, Ryan Dunn, a perimeter D. This guy is a beast out there. Luka just kind of dunks all over us, though. Oh, they just put the backups in. I don't want to do that. I wanted to use Brunson. We're using like Cam Jones right now, clinging inside, goes up with the left hand, gets blocked. Giddey somehow got that rebound over him. All right, Luka trying to score on Brunson here as the shot clock's expiring. Great defense there by Jalen Brunson, who's cherry picking up the court, kind of. Come on, step back, mid-range jumper. Bang, Brunson's got 32. Kuminga back in the game. He's got 20 and 12. He could be a sneaky finals MVP guy, but I think it's going to go to Jalen Brunson. Oh my God, I baited that. I played off with Brunson on. I throw it away. So, oh my God, of course. Oh my God, Luka missed that. What? I've never seen that before. But yeah, I kind of played off on Luka there to set up him to drive and then get the block with Klingon, which is smart of me. Then I throw it away. I can't believe Luka missed that. Find Kuminga inside there. All right, Kuminga. All right, back out to Brunson. Brunson has to hoist it. Buzzer beater, no good. But we win the NBA Finals in 4 games. So we won the Finals in 4. And yes, it goes to Jalen Brunson. 27-4, 9.5 points, 59, 39, 89 splits. So close to a 60, 40, 90. So if you guys did enjoy, drop a like if you guys do enjoy the expansion rebuilds. And let me know in the comments which city I should do next. Do you want to see one with maybe Nashville, New Jersey, Connecticut? Give me some random cities in the comments below. Also got a ton of links down there as well. My podcast just came back. You can get the YouTube link, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts all in the description. You can also follow my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok down there as well. And thank you guys all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.